Welcome to the Dancing Oracle with Najia, where we work with the energy dancing between us, around us, and within us. Today we have our special guest back, Dhana Moongoddess, and we're going to do something really different. We're both belly dancers, and we both fell in love with everything Egyptian a long time ago, and we're going to do card readings on the mysteries of Egypt, some of the things we've always wanted to learn as well as our viewers. So our first uh, question, Donna, do you want to tell us the question?
We would like to know why the Egyptian pyramids were built.
Yes, so why were they built? They are not tombs. They have never found any remains in there. That's a Hollywood thing. So what was the purpose? What was the purpose of building these massive structures? And we're particularly concerned with the pyramids and the Giza Plaza, the ones that line up with the Orion star belt, Orion. So, because there's like over 10,000 pyramids around the world, but we specifically want to know about these particular ones in Egypt. And oh, you know what? I wanted to ask you, what deck are you using right now?
Oh, right now I
I
am
know our viewers are going to ask.
okay. I'm using the Starseed Oracle at the moment.
Oh, I love that
Yeah,
one.
this is one of my very, very favorites.
That is beautiful.
I love it.
And I'm going to use the Light
Ah,
Seer Tarot.
gorgeous. That's a beautiful deck. I've seen that.
I I'm so envious of the artist because I draw and I'm like, oh my God, if I were to draw, this is incredible. If you love illustration, if you're an artist, you got to get this deck. And there's two versions, by the way. There's the large box version, and there's the original version, which is small and smaller cards. I have both.
Oh, cool. I didn't realize
Yeah.
that.
You know what happened? I bought the original version and I fell in love with the illustrations and they had this little deck and the cards are kind of flimsy, but they're easy to shuffle,
Yeah.
you know? And then I read some reviews about it and people were complaining about that smaller flimsy one.
Oh,
And they weren't, the print quality wasn't great because the art is magnificent. And they asked,
yeah. Just
yeah,
didn't
they were
give
asking
the
the
art what it
publisher,
needed, like what it
yeah.
deserved.
Yeah, they give the artist what she deserves. So people were asking the publisher to reprint them bigger in a better way. And then they not only reprinted them bigger and put them in a nice box,
Mhm.
but they included a booklet.
Oh, good. I didn't realize it didn't even have a book before. That's amazing.
Yeah, it was just the cards.
Okay,
So it's really nice now.
that's
But I
awesome.
use I use the other one as like a travel deck.
Okay, see, that's great. I love
When I
that.
do my
I
mermaid retreats and things.
yeah. Oh, that's cool. I have a little deck about maybe like that. It's the Beyond Lemuria Oracle.
Mm.
And I love those. They're so beautiful, and I
Wait a
like that they're
minute.
small, so I can carry it around in case I have the
We
itch.
gotta we gotta get together physically and share
Yes,
decks.
we do. We do.
Or maybe we'll just like show people our decks one day
I mean,
on
yeah,
Zoom.
actually, I thought about doing a video like that. Hey, this is all my decks. This is some like books. Like this is stuff, just stuff. I was gonna do like a little room tour. I'm still going to actually. But yeah, I think that's a great idea. People are definitely interested in it. I think
People are
I'll do a
interested.
video here or there about people showing it.
I gotta concentrate now. I gotta jump on that. Get into that. Sorry, I'm just trying to get into that space. It's after midnight.
All right. Yes, it is very late for us. We are recording super late.
We were doing so much other collaboration earlier and getting through technical issues.
I know you realize it's coming up on like 12 hours. I know we won't be up here that late, but yeah,
Yeah.
like 12 hours.
It's like I'm like
It's all good.
I'm still up for it. I still have my makeup on in my hair. I already did my
Still
nails,
doing
so
that. Yep, still doing that.
that's my excuse to record late at night.
Yep.
So I'm doing a rising sun spread, which is 4 cards. And the first card is how it all began, right? That's the question in the rising sun spread. Sorry, the light's glary, so I have to kind of hold it back here. And this is the Ace of Swords. And in this particular deck, the Ace of Swords is it's all coming into her mind. Do you see this? It's a
Mhm.
beautiful rendition.
It is.
'Cause swords are communication, and aces are new beginnings. So, and there is the spiral, like a Fibonacci sequence, which creates all of life. Let me see if I can get it so the light doesn't bother it. Do you see how the light beam is going into her head?
Mm-hmm.
And it's the same kind of spiral, the mathematically, that is creates all of life, right? And there's a light beam going in. So this is clearly um normal Ace of Swords is this is coming out of the sky, the sword. And this sword is a light beam. And it's showing me, and there's a stairway. Do you see the stairway like ascension?
Yeah, I love that.
So there's definitely the reason in the beginning is a spiritual reason. I want to look at some of the other symbols, but I can't see them. Oh, so there's some other symbols in this deck. So I don't know if you can
Oh, I can see the stuff like up around her head.
yeah, we have
That line.
infinity, and then we have the tree of life. Do you see the tree of
I
life in
do,
there?
yeah. Mhm.
And there are some, oh, there's one of the uh, symbols for Venus, but there's a lot of sacred symbols in there, and then there's which I don't understand, there's a mathematical equation on the bottom of her.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know, but
And
I
she
like it.
has she's like pointing her forehead up
Hmm.
to receive something. So there's definitely with
I
the
like sound.
staircase some kind of trying to have a new beginning and ascend in some kind of manner. I'm feeling commune with the higher heavens
Yeah.
in some manner. And then the next card in the rising sun spread is kind of like how it progresses, the next 2 cards. So this card is the star. It's hopes. It's like putting your hopes and wishes out there. This
Okay.
one is reversed.
Yeah.
And so what happened was it started out with um
Like a beautiful card.
these beautiful cards with trying to commune and receive the light and the communication. There's a new beginning there. Literally a new beginning. This card represents new beginning and communication in the position of how did this begin? The first card in the rising sun is how did this begin? And this card is how is it progressing? And this is, if it were upright, you're saying, oh, she's really successful at sending out her hopes and wishes to exactly what, the ethers, to the higher realms, right? And she's holding on and she's praying. But and she's sending it out, but something is blocking that communication. So something happened later on with the pyramids and it wasn't working out exactly as intended to reach those higher realms. And then in the next card, let's see what we have. Oh, we have the Wheel of Fortune. Wow. So destiny change. She's on top of this wheel. So something even more dramatically got altered and changed through the ages. And then kind of like the outcome is the King of Pentacles reversed. So something got misused in in this because the King of Pentacles in the upright position, he's a wonderful king and he'll share his wealth, he'll provide. So there and he's loyal, he's there for everybody. He's got the dog to show loyalty. And he's full of earth power. There's like the red, like the root chakra energy. But reversed, he's a tyrant. So something happened toward the end. There was some kind of tyranny, misuse of power for the sake of money. Well, there was the outside layers were stripped. They were covered with they were beautiful, shiny, and I heard like there was a gold cap. And so something was misused later on. So I'm not, but we did get the answer that it was for some type of communication to to the higher or inner realms. Maybe it was a way that people went inside in a deep, deep meditation and could
Yeah.
transport themselves in some manner to other realms, because clearly they're really trying to reach a higher realm, but it didn't go well as hoped.
Mm.
All right. So what did you get?
Um, I drew 3 cards, and the first card I got is water your garden. So this one says nourishment, body care, tenderness, and rest. So that's how that one looks, and has a lot of water, which is, you see something. Your first one, I think it has Nia. This looks like nighttime to me. Like she's looking at a star, and I see a lot of flowering trees around her. It looks like, so this is very, I find it very peaceful and very like new beginnings,
Yeah.
and also communicative because of the water.
You know what people don't realize? That the pyramids were, if like even just I think it was 100, how many hundred some years ago? It wasn't that long ago. The pyramids had all this water surrounding them nearby, and they had the trees growing and everything. If you look at some of the old famous, you could look this up, Lerner and Landrock
Okay,
photos,
names are familiar.
done in the early 1900s.
Okay.
Um, and then when they had diverted the water from the Nile away from it, because there was a lot of deterioration.
Ah,
So I'm just thinking about some of the original photos I've seen, kind of remind me of that kind of peace and environment. We just think it's like there in the sands, but it's not how it always was for thousands of years.
yeah, that makes a lot of sense because people build communities around water, and like for something like that, you would think there would be water pretty close by, not just a bunch of sand.
And
Okay, go ahead. What were you gonna say?
what's your next card?
My next card is Inner Earth, and
Mm.
that one is you'll survive this, new solutions and beginnings. So we have lots more water and greenery. So I don't usually I like how you're, just using the pictures and thinking about, what comes to you as you look at them.
Yeah, like the greens and the purples and that inner world, and I see like it's forming like you're in a cave,
Yeah, I was gonna say it's kind of like a cave.
and
So,
it's almost like a vision. Like you're in a cave and then that burst of light
mhm.
and the water is like the vision. So maybe people went there to have visions, like a vision quest.
Maybe so. And I also feel like it's kind of like a protective place too. Like you could feel safe there while you're doing those things that you mentioned.
Like a great meditation space.
Hmm.
And what's your third card?
Third card is called Earth. And this one is learning how to be human in the world, but not of it.
Mm,
So I think that's pretty interesting.
that is interesting, especially how she's suspended above
Mhm.
the earth. in the light.
Yeah, so that reminds
Mm,
me of like any struggles that might have come. It kind of reminds me of the last couple cards I think you were talking about. Like something happened. So maybe they were in this really like beautiful, blissful, place where everything was great, and then there was some kind of turmoil or issue with somebody, and then they, some a leader, and then they had to figure out how to live in the world because things change
mm.
and still kind of maintain, that sort of inner peace and knowing in light the stuff that they knew before.
You know what that last card reminds me of, like a suspension between worlds.
Mhm. I think that's what it would have been like because I don't know, it kind of reminds me of like what we're going through now because we're kind of between worlds, like
Yeah,
between what
we
we
are.
did know and what's happening to us now.
Mm.
And we don't really know where we're gonna end up, but we have to, kind of figure it out, learning
But
how
I
to
want, you know
change.
what I wondered, Donna, that maybe when they go into a place like that with the stone walls so thick,
Mhm.
deep, deep, deep within, and you're also surrounded by, yeah, all that, you know how we relate to crystals and how we feel the energy of it,
Yeah.
and that particularly that shape of the pyramid has a certain energetic field. um in relation, and there's also a relation to the stars, so it's a very powerful place to sit inside. And I wonder if you sit within there and you get quiet and you really shut the world out and you just go deep within.
Mhm.
I wonder what really happens, like you can transcend the human
Yeah,
and
I
reach other realms within that.
I believe that, and then it would kind of, be a lot of this.
Yeah, that's a beautiful card.
It really is beautiful. I think that it is.
I thought of getting them. I saw them in Cape May last
Did
month.
you? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, but I have so many cards. I'm like,
I
no, should
know.
I?
It's like I'm a real serious collector though, because I keep seeing them. Like there's so many other ones I want. I'm like, oh, I love that one. Oh, I love that one. Like I really am a big fan of like
Oh
mermaids, and I
God.
haven't got it yet. The Mermaid Tarot, I really want that
Yeah, I haven't gotten that one yet either. I have a mermaid oracle that I really love.
one. Oh, nice. Yeah, I have one of those too.
So our next question was, oh, by the way, I wanted to just let our viewers know if you have questions for a topic, I mean, please write them in the comments.
Okay.
We would love. Okay, I have always wondered, I gotta know and everyone, of course, is wondering, how did they lift these stones? They've tried every theory. So I think I'm gonna use the Light Seers Tarot again,
Okay.
because I really like that. I'm just gonna clear the energy a little bit.
My cat's ears were like, whoa. Oh, that's so
Do it.
pretty.
These are from Omar. You know Omar?
Oh, yeah. Oh, I love that. I like how it has that handle and it's so many of them. Oh, that's beautiful.
I love them too. I just think they're so special.
I'm gonna use this one for the next
Work Your Light Oracle cards. Oh, I've
time.
never seen those ones. They're
No, that's
beautiful
by
cover.
the same lady.
Oh, that's what I thought. They look like the same artist. Yeah. So yeah, how did they lift the stones?
That is an excellent question.
All right, let's get our psychic detective skills going. This is the kind of detective work I like.
Yeah.
Ah, I also want to invite other readers to come and join us for a session.
That would be
We
great.
have,
And
we can even just like work, right now we're going to do 3 questions, but we can go a little faster if we have more readers. But it would be nice to have 4 different points of view for the same question.
for sure.
So please, just write to us in the comments, and if you have a channel, um, just let us know.
Yeah.
and we'd love to have you on and just discover some hidden truths there. All right, so I am going.
I just had a card jump out, so I'm
Oh,
gonna.
you know to pay attention to that. So,
Yeah.
by the way, before we started, Donna I said, I had to redo the intro, and I said, and she had the card Sekhmet jump out of her Oracle deck, and it's
I
not
sure
a whole
did.
Egyptian deck. What are the, it's a regular Oracle deck, correct?
It's this one. It came. She was in this one.
The African goddess rising, so it's not particularly Egyptian. So
No,
Sekhmet,
because
can you
there's
show them? Is she
goddesses from all
around
over
still?
Africa. What'd you say?
Is that card available to you right now?
Yep, here it is.
Yeah, so I thought that was so interesting that
Yep.
the card jumped out, but that's not on camera right now because I messed up the intro. And we had to start recording again, so we
Yeah.
started from scratch.
Yeah, she's like, hey, you're talking about Egypt? Here I am.
Yeah, it was cool.
Ninja Jeweler. Yep.
Hmm.
And I wasn't even trying to use those. I was just saying, hey, look at, I got these.
So
Okay.
I don't know what to say, but I got my first card. How did it start?
Uh-oh.
And it's the Ten of Cups. It's in reverse.
Okay.
Tens are like when you're coming to the end of something, it's the number 10, and then you found some fulfillment, and this is reversed, and there's I don't know, when I see it reversed, I feel like there's some sadness. But what's unusual about this Ten of Cups is that it has it has this veil, like a veil of mystery, but it's also enfolding the couple. And then there's all these different cups in different colors.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking about all the chakra colors. And let me get my glasses on because it's a lot easier if I do
It
it.
definitely looks like a chakra rainbow.
Yeah, and I was thinking about when I rang my bells, like the little bells.
Hmm.
I was thinking about the shape of the bell, and because these are reversed, they remind me of the shape of a bell.
Definitely. Yeah.
And as I'm reading into this, psychically, and as a picture, if I kind of see, like, I was thinking of like those bowls and bells making sounds and different tones because they're
Rainbow.
different
Okay.
sizes,
Yeah.
different tones, and the colors. I know, like, as I'm into the chakras, that they have a lot of power, you know, the chakras. And even though you don't see the colors necessarily, you see other um, lights, kind of like a crystal with all the colors in them, but they spin and they have messages. And I'm just thinking they kind of worked with that. I think they might have, like, this way is swirling. I'm just thinking there's something to do with sound, and the chakras have their own vibration. Like, I didn't get to tell you the full story about exactly what happens with me when I worked with the chakras as a child, when I called it counting the colors.
Yeah.
And I would surround myself in one color, red, 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 and orange, orange, orange. And I would have a way to, I when I was a kid, I called it flying, even though it wasn't flying. It was more like levitation. And I could work my way high up. And I guess it was astral travel, but I'm getting the sense that somehow the sound current and the chakras, something to do with the chakras and the sound current could lift. There's a technology to lift things that we don't know about,
Hmm.
particularly with sound.
We lost a lot when
We lost a lot. We don't,
that
we've
happens
lost a
every so
lot.
often, right?
And then the next card I get is the collaboration card. It's the three. It's threes are collaboration and building something, and it's reversed. So again, it's reversed, but something kind of, I guess it's like saying it's not available to us. Like these are, we're asking like, how did it start? But it's like blocked, you know? And again, yeah, they were collaborated to build three pyramids,
Hmm.
but we're not the but the message is blocked, you know, finding out exactly what that was. And then the third one is, oh my God, am I all getting reversed? The three, so I was talking about the stars. This is the three of cups. It's also reversed.
Yeah.
And you can see the stars. So it reminds me how the pyramids
Oh,
are
yeah.
lined up with the stars, and then people would have. So that was a very important part of that process. And the final card is the Seven of Swords. And that's somebody kind of making away with what they can of something, you know, taking, they call it the thief card, but they're taking what they feel is theirs and leaving a little bit behind for somebody else and running off in the night, you know?
Wow, look at that bird on the front. So
Yeah, so this is in this deck, instead of actually using swords, they're using these birds as like, you know, messengers, because swords bring messages, they're communication, and they're harsh messages. So there's some kind of harshness. I don't know, maybe this bird has a lot to do with some kind of sound he's making. So maybe that again. But it's the technology, it's someone took it away. We don't have it anymore.
yeah.
So we're missing it. So that's what I got. What did you get?
I got awakening, energetic upgrades, a new way of being, integration. That one.
Oh, she's floating.
Yes. So when you were talking about her, I
Ah,
was like, oh, here we go. I looked at my first one. I was like, that's like hers.
yeah, we both have that levitation.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's levitating.
Yes. And we got a waxing crescent moon. Yeah. So definitely, it says a new way of being, integration. So this is everything's new, and she's really feeling herself. She's very free and light.
Yeah, she's free and she's in like those beautiful colors of the
Yeah,
rainbow.
and I was just gonna say
Wow.
the colors are amazing, and it reminds me of like springtime, kind of with the, you know, all the dandelion and seeds floating in the air and all that stuff. Because she
Yeah,
has like that real, see this stuff underneath her, all the
yeah,
little,
all the stardust.
yeah, it's beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay, the second one is the Great Gathering, and it's all coming together. Intuitive hits, soul tribe. So there's that one.
Mhm.
Kind of
Well, it would that gathering of the energy,
hmm.
working with the violet energy and the gold.
Yeah, I was looking at that in the sky. It definitely looks like kind of like a vortex or something.
Yeah, it's definitely there's a certain solemnness to that too.
Yeah. Hmm. It is.
Look like the figures are stones, like they're humans,
True.
but
They look human, but
stillness.
not at the same time. And I was trying to
Yeah.
count how many of them there were, because I think, is this the one you had like the, was it the Seven of Swords, or was that the first one?
Oh, the Seven of Swords was the end.
14. Okay.
Like what happened toward the end.
Yeah. I only have one more. I only picked three. So
And yeah,
what were you saying?
we
So
have
yeah, I
one
don't
more.
know. It's funny because they're kind of like stones, and we're talking about the stones.
They remind me of stones instead
They
of
do
people, even though they're people,
organic
they
stone.
like and they're
Hmm.
ready to be
Yeah.
taken
They-
up with something. The Great Gathering, Soul Tribe.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Yep.
So,
And then the last one is Star Mother. It says, "How can you mother yourself?"
oh, she's like the Virgin Mary.
Yep. With the blue and just
Yeah,
her
reminds
feet
me.
and all that. She reminds me of that too. I think that's what it is. And
I had,
roses. Those are roses, right?
yeah, the
Yeah, they
roses.
are. Yep. So
So the Great Mother, the Star Mother. Hmm.
Yeah, what's behind her? She looks kind of like she's almost looks like the moon.
So
She's
that so then maybe it's like assistance from the Star Mother. You know what I'm saying?
I do because I don't know, and nurturing, even though like because maybe nurturing because we did lose something, and she's just like
So maybe it's like a collaboration between humans and other beings.
Mhm.
Obviously, we didn't do it ourselves. I think that's obvious, right?
Right,
We all
yeah,
know. I
I
don't think
feel
we
that.
even have to ask that question.
Yes.
All right, so
All right, what else?
for my next question, I'm actually going to use the traditional Rider-Waite tarot,
Okay.
and this is called the Radiant Wise Tarot,
Okay.
but it's a Rider-Waite deck.
Yes. Is
I
it
like
the
the
last
coloring on
question,
this
or
one.
are we doing you? There was three altogether, right?
There's three. So
Which
the
one do you
last,
want?
what? Oh, let me see.
Tarot. This really cool.
Oh, I don't know. Well, we're getting into
I
Oh,
know.
you're
Or maybe.
good.
Well, Halloween's pretty soon. I was gonna say we could do another one before Halloween, but maybe not. So we could do all tarot this time, and we can do something else with this anytime. You know, unless you
That's
really want to.
true. 'Cause we'll ask about Egypt again.
Yes. Okay. Or
Okay.
whatever. So you want to
Better.
try this one?
Yeah, let's try that
Yeah,
one.
I'm probably gonna. I'll see. I'll look at it and see what I think the cards are. But you jump in if
Yeah, so
you're better
so,
prepared.
so now that it's kind of obvious that humans weren't alone in doing this. I think can
Yeah.
we all just say that? It's kind of obvious.
Yeah, I agree with that.
It's not like, all right. But you know that one pharaoh and his wife, Nefertiti, Akhenaten,
Akhenaten. Mm-hmm.
Akhenaten, he um he was not a popular pharaoh because everybody at the time was worshiping different gods and gaining their favor, like the many gods.
Wanted
And
to
he was
find
saying there's only one God.
the
It's
at.
not, right?
Yep.
The sun God. And just that there's one God and there's unity. Um, so he was not popular because of that. The reigning priesthood and there were people made profit off of religion,
Right.
you know.
Mm-hmm.
There's always corruption.
I was like, that's been going on
In
for
any large organization,
I
right?
don't know
There's always
how long.
going to
I
be
guess that's just the way people are.
some
Yeah,
people twisting it, right? So his wife, they had those unusual long heads,
they did.
right? And there's evidence of a lot of people around the world in
They,
different cultures having that
yeah, head binding and all
head
that stuff.
binding. But some of it's when
Some
there
stuff
is
is
no
just
head
come that
binding.
way.
They've done some studies,
Yeah.
yeah, especially in Peru, they've done some studies. So they also have pyramids, you know. So we wanted to ask, you know, I mean, I guess, are they from another realm or planet? Are they human? Are they fully human, or are they from another realm or another planet, whatever it may be, another dimension?
Yes.
Are they hybrids? Or are they fully human and just very unusual? It's weird how they would, and they all had that, and it's not
Yeah,
done
the
in
babies
any
too.
other way.
Like I remember seeing a picture of all of them, and yep.
Yeah, it happens throughout the world.
Hmm.
And in the people who are the rulers
Right.
or
Like
revered as gods, the people who are revered as gods often had that shape. And then the head binding, they believe, was done because
because they
they
were trying to
wanted to,
imitate it.
yeah, imitate it or aspire to being in an upper class, like I'm godly, in some manner, that was the style, like, oh, we love the gods, and
Hmm.
they had this shape, and
Yes. Interesting.
probably like a really unusually large brain and very smart. Downloading tons of information.
Yeah. I guess they use more of their food than we do.
Yeah. So it'd be interesting. I hope they find out in our lifetime.
I hope so too.
I'm wearing, by the way, all my Egyptian jewelry that I got there. So my
Yay. Oh, those
earrings,
are pretty.
yeah, and I also wear other earrings because I like to. I'm starting a trend on wearing
Oh, long earrings in all the
wear
way through your ear.
yeah, like wear double earrings, triple earrings, not just a stud. And then I have like my
Nice. Is that a crystal in the front?
there. I have a crystal. I have but I also have this the evil eye I got from Egypt and
Nice.
Fatima, and my Bedouin bracelets in
Beautiful.
honor of
Love
tonight.
Bedouin jewelry so much. Yeah.
Oh my God, I love Bedouin jewelry.
Yeah.
So
What kind of crystal is it? Is it a quartz or is it something else? Is that a little
this
crystal?
is it's a green tourmaline.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So I wore this for my for my heart chakra,
Ah, beautiful.
and it's
I like the shape of it. That's really interesting too.
yeah,
Square. Yeah.
I love the shape. It was really hard to find one like this. I was specifically looking for green tourmaline,
Okay.
and it also helps with the nervous system because I have some nerve damage. And I thought wearing it would help some of the spinal issues I have. So and kind of heal my heart. I'm not like a rose quartz kind of girl. I like
Mm-hmm.
more earthy,
Like the
mossy things.
green.
Yeah, I like the
Go with
green.
the actual colors of the.
Yeah, so I decided to wear, I specifically went on a hunt for months, months and months for this.
I found it. That's
And
awesome.
I did find it in my favorite place in Cape May called The Guardian.
Oh.
And it's a really wonderful crystal new age shop. It's tiny, but I love the owners.
Mm-hmm. Oh, my
So
first card.
is what? What'd you get? You go first this time.
Okay. But
You're like all excited.
I was, well, yeah, you know why? Uh,
Why? I
the
don't know.
sun.
Okay, wait a minute, gotta get my glasses. The sun, the
Yeah, the
sun.
sun, because what we were just talking about,
Oh,
right?
of course you're excited.
Yes. I'm like, it's the sun.
Because he's like worship the
Yeah,
sun,
that's the
one
only
God,
God,
the
the sun
sun, the
God.
sun.
The sun God. Yep.
Wow, of course you're.
Wow. I was like, what? I got the sun. Yeah,
Yeah, 1 out of 78 cards,
yeah, that's amazing. And that one actually, that was like jumped out. We got these two are they mariachis?
And that's like him and his wife. You don't normally have two figures in the
Yeah, I
sun
know. I've
rendition.
never really seen that before. I mean, except for
Or it's like, the two beings.
yeah.
So I don't know. I was just thinking about him and
Um,
Nefertiti.
yeah, and wow, that's pretty cool. It's really interesting sun. It's got a skull face.
Yeah, the sun is all about illumination and enlightenment
Hmm.
and all good things. It's such a positive card.
And the eye.
I think it's the most positive card in the whole deck.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I love the magician card. But
Oh
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
I love that card just because.
Just
All right.
because, right?
Yep. Page of Swords. Okay.
Oh yeah, the pages always have messages, a message of communication. That's a very unusual because we're using the skull deck. What's that
Yep.
one called? It's called
Santa Muerte.
Phantom,
Santa Muerte.
Phantom. Oh, Muerte, like
Yeah.
dead.
Yeah.
Phantom Muerte. Oh, Santa Muerte.
Yes. Spirit of
Oh,
the Dead.
Saint of the Spirit of the
Yeah.
Dead.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's very
Okay. So yeah, so the Page of Swords, that would definitely be a message coming from somewhere.
yeah, it looks like he's writing. Is he writing or reading? I can't tell if he's got a pen. Doesn't look like it. But he's definitely got a scroll. You see the scroll he
He's
has
got a
there?
scroll. He's got instructions.
Yeah.
It's not quite answers our question, but it's telling.
But the sign was pretty good. Okay, this is actually her herself. She is pregnant and standing in front of a crib. This is Santa.
And which card? Oh, that's death. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's that one is representing transformation. That's all about transformation.
Yeah, that's so
Mhm.
interesting. It's like a skull. It's gonna have a baby.
There's a
Yeah,
skull
'cause
having a baby.
yeah, she's pregnant actually. See her belly.
But you know what's really interesting that just from the image of that,
Mhm.
Akhenaten, he had this pregnant female shape. Do you know about that,
And he
right?
had hips, like he was very like
He
open.
had childbearing hips and he had
Yep,
a belly. He
yep,
wasn't built strong up here, like he was
yeah. Like it
pleasant
seems like
here.
he might not have been that attractive. Like,
Yeah. I mean, he kind of, yeah, he kind of looked,
not to our, yeah,
not
he's
to our, yeah, yeah. So he didn't, so it's kind of like that looks like him in a way, if you're having a whole card
and
decked
then
full
like
of
it looks like the sun
skeletons.
behind, and it's
Oh,
all
you're
bright
right. You're
red.
right.
Yep.
Definitely how they do that. Yeah.
And then we got what do we have? What are these? I don't know, can't stuff. I think there are roses all around, and these they look sort of like I don't know what kind of flowers those are, but they're red, more red. Red and yellow and rays and all that stuff. Red is a very fiery color. And my last card, I did four because you were probably gonna do four. This is
Sure.
um the Five of Pentacles. So someone walking on,
On the skulls. Yeah, five is like an abandonment kind of thing.
yeah, so see, and the green ones are the five.
Feeling out in the cold.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So
Because he was rejected. And normally, traditionally, in the Five of Pentacles and the Rider Waite, there's a church window,
oh,
everyone gathering in there, and then there's these, you know, crippled and leper
mhm.
people outside in the
Yeah, they're kind of
freezing
walking.
cold,
Yeah,
snowy
and they
sleet,
don't have very good,
and they're very poor.
warm, like torn clothes and stuff.
Yeah.
So then it's interesting that these are green. I guess green represent money, like pentacles, and then green also the heart. Right?
Green can represent money growth. So maybe and it's being trampled on. You see the foot because that's kind of what they did to his spiritual illumination
Yeah,
to get people to know that it's inside of you.
yeah.
You know.
Which is, I love the, yeah, I love how the first card and the third card are so like sunny. You know,
Yeah.
stuff like that. So which cards did you get?
The first card I got was death, which is
Okay. Oh, we both
transformation.
got that. Okay.
We both got death, yeah. And then death is trampling, just make sure on this card. Yeah, he's trampling over like the ruling,
Okay. Oh, so
and then
bringing
there's a
peace.
religious figure, and he's like saying no more,
Yeah, so he's making that
transformation.
something or bringing in some other
They're
change.
bringing in something new.
Yep.
Um, and then there's the sun in the background. Do you see the sun
Oh,
rising in the
I did
background?
see that. Hmm.
The illumination coming through. Yes, there's death, there's transformation, but the sun is
There's
right
always a
there
new
for you.
beginning, always a new day, fresh
So
start.
that's kind of how I see it starting out. I don't know if it exactly answers the question, but he definitely brought a lot of transformation in.
Absolutely.
He,
That's a huge change from like many gods to one.
yeah, and kind of, yeah, from many gods to one. And then we have here a church and three of pentacles, right? And it's turned upside down. So I guess whatever was built up as far as collaboration, threes are collaboration. And maybe like I was talking, and this is like a pyramid shape, by the way. Do you see the different pyramid
Yep.
shapes within the arches? But do you remember like what I was saying? Like, they make money off of religion. and he's trying to just get people to their spiritual essence, and then this is turned upside down, so they could no longer work together with him, of course, and collaborate with him.
Mhm.
And then so that was early on, and then the next card I got was the lovers. I mean,
Oh,
not the lovers, the two of cups, which
oh
is
yeah,
reminds me of the lovers, because they're
remind me of this.
exchanging love, but it's reversed, so that is blocked. So normally, like a partner, normally if it's upright, it's a partnership, and they're each getting something, and it's working out great. But this is saying no, this
Mhm.
did not work out at all, and that love was lost. That maybe what they originally strived for, and
Yeah,
then of course at the end, how it ended was a complete breakdown. Was Tower. Um, the crown was toppled. He was the ruler. He was the ruler, and his crown was toppled,
yeah.
and he was brought down.
Actually, it looks like a
Um,
crown coming off of there.
it is a crown. It really is. It's like also representing the crown chakra being
Mhm.
struck by lightning.
Oh, that could be good in there.
Yeah, it could also be that.
Yeah.
And the walls coming down. Like it could also be your own walls.
Yeah, I was gonna say that it could be a really, really good thing because the lightning
Yeah,
could be, information like down from the
information.
universe and like spirit coming in and then like all the old stuff falling away because the
All the
walls
old
are
stuff falling away. So it's difficult to say,
down.
what was he, but it's still an interesting read. It's kind of fun to do it.
Mhm.
It's fun to use I mean, maybe I should have used yes or no cards for that one, but
Yeah, I have. Yeah, I was thinking that too. It's hard. It's hard because it's just, you know, I have some angel answers oracle cards that have yes and no, and those.
yeah, and I can use a tarot as yes or no. There's a couple different ways to do it.
Okay.
Like certain cards are assigned yes, and certain cards are assigned no, and some are neutral or maybe. Or
Okay.
you could just kind of use if they're reversals as no's, and
Mhm.
um upright is yes, and then if there's two, if they're all upright, it's a yes, it's a clear yes. If they're all reversed, it's a clear no, and then if it's mixed, it's like sort of, you
Yeah.
know,
Okay.
kind of like that. I
Okay.
always find that when I do those yes or no, it's so weird. Like they're supposed to just be yes or no.
Right.
I actually get the cards that represent the reading.
Oh.
So like, like the really, I just did one today for somebody, and I was like, she's like, well, give me a yes or no answer, after I did like the full, 16 cards, like Celtic Cross and clarifiers and bottom of the deck and all that.
She's
So
like,
I always do like extra cards
okay.
and kind of do like, a smaller reading, and kind of give a different perspective. And it was so funny because it literally was about the issue.
Wow.
Exactly. And I'm like, how the cards line up like that
Yeah, you
is
can't make
amazing.
that stuff up. That's what a lot of the readers say. Can't make
It's a
this.
little hard to do it for vague mysteries like this, but it is really fun. It's really fun. So I hope the readers enjoyed this. If you want us to do it again, you have any questions, listener, readers. What am I saying, readers? Oh my God, viewers.
Yes. Well, we were talking to readers a little bit too, invite them in. But hey, I'm sure a lot of our viewers are readers too.
I'm sure a lot of our viewers are readers. Yes,
Yeah.
and belly dancers because we.
Oh, for sure. Because that's the group
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yes.
thank you so much for coming on again with me, and it's really
Yeah, thank
fun.
you.
It's always
That was
fun to
fun.
to
I have
have to
to
be with you.
practice with, just looking at the pictures. I like doing that, and the art's so beautiful on the
I
card.
think since we're both artists, maybe next time we'll come on and show each other's decks.
Okay. Yeah, I'd love that.
I mean, we both do unboxing videos, but I think it's just kind of fun for us to share what we love about
Yeah.
our decks.
Pick out
Some
the
of our
favorite
favorite.
cards and
Yeah.
what maybe we'll talk about what those mean, like how we interpret those.
Yeah, how we interpret. It'd be really fun. We
Yeah.
have a lot of ideas actually because we we like spending time with each other,
Yeah.
even if it's virtually on
I
Zoom.
know, it's so funny. We don't even live that far away.
We
But
don't
yeah,
really.
well, we should get together at one point and like do a video actually in the same room and
Oh
record
yeah,
that.
we're both vaccinated, so we could do that.
Okay.
That'd be fun. Yeah. Uh, all right. Thank you so much for, please hit the like button and please come to our channels and subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. And we look forward to seeing you again. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Thanks, Najia.
Thank you, Donna. We were about to take a picture for the thumbnail, and I pulled out, some cards.
Yeah.
And what happened to you?
So I had put all my cards away except for the Starseed Oracle because I use those. So I was like, okay, well, I'm not gonna. I started to spread the cards. I'm like, oh, that's too many cards. So I took some cards out, and just like that, to
Just
put
like that.
them
It's
down, and
crazy what
I
she
looked
pulled
down,
out.
and the first card on top was this one. Can you believe
The,
it? That's like
the
exactly what
pyramids,
I'm talking about. Even what it
star
says.
ancestors.
Yeah.
It's not just that it's pyramid, it's talking about star ancestors.
Yes, and listen to this. Like the card says, hidden secrets, lost wisdom, look a little deeper, which is what we were trying to do the whole time, find out. And it's the pyramids itself. And look at the three stars on top right there. And you can even see some.
Oh my God. Let me
Look how
see
beautiful this card is.
the symbols. Let me get my glasses.
Okay.
What are the figures? Oh, I see. They are the one is the pharaoh and the other on the other side. Oh, I see actually three figures.
Is that Thoth? I think that's Thoth here.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
I know. This card's amazing. It's beautiful. And oh my God.
Oh, it is beautiful. Hidden secrets, lost wisdom, look a little deeper. Exactly what we're working with tonight.
Exactly what we were talking about and what we were. It's like, why didn't this come up while we were filming earlier? But anyway, it came up now, and we're just about to take the
I guess it's just kind
thumbnail.
of summing up the whole
Yeah,
evening,
yeah,
right?
yeah. So I guess that was kind of just for us, but we wanted to share it.
Yeah, we wanted to share with you because we both look for meaning, in symbols and love. That's kind of why we're drawn to this. So anyway, thank you again for
All
joining us. We'll see you back again. Thank you.
right. Thanks.
Thank you, Donna.